Hi, Steve here. Just a brief mention on Paul Beaumont's online video series. For those of you who don't know Paul Beaumont, he's a 70-year-old who has had a very successful horse racing selection service. In fact, that successful is probably the people that were in that horse racing service which are his best advertisements. If we just have a look at what some of them had to say, this will give you some idea on just the status that they held Paul in. Like the heading above this video said, 152 men cried when Paul sent his email out ceasing his service. If you go to the testimonial page and just read some of them, look at this one here from RH. This came out in December last year. Many thanks for getting in touch. Sorry to hear you're closing the service. Just to say I totally echo all the positive feedback you've had from this decision. Your whole service has run on such an amazing professional level. You always had time for people and never rested on your laurels. Always trying to improve service if you ever felt it needed. For all the people out there who run such services, I think it would be fair to say that you're definitely one of the best. And there's just over I think testimonials on this page, all saying what they thought of Paul and his service. His service ran for 28 months, and you can see every day's results if you click on the results page. But you see here, I never really managed to get to the 60-pound stakes, ultimately because of state restrictions. You still won me nearly £20,000 in the time I was with your service. Given that I started out with $2 bets, I would say that it was pretty good going. And they just go on and on like that. So there's a whole page dedicated to what people thought of Paul's service. And obviously he didn't take the retirement of the service lightly, but you can consider at his age and the money that he's got, he wants to enjoy his life in Lanzarote and do things and not be tied to the computer, and I can certainly get where he's coming from on that state. So let's have a look at the results that Paul managed to get. This is, Paul has like three methods basically. This is the backing method. And if you have a look at that, you can see there's just one dip in the 28 months he ran the service. There was one dip here in January, and we'll see exactly. It was about 83 points that he lost there. I hasten to say that in December and January, even though Paul did the service and put out the selections, personally he doesn't bet in December and January in those wetter months of the year. And you can see there he hasn't left too much meat on the table by not betting in those 2 months of the year. Also, he doesn't bet on Fridays, although he does give selections when he did the selection service. For some reason, Fridays just never really produced a good, so he thought that was a perfect opportunity to take a day off. Although, as I said, he did do the service on Fridays, but he didn't bet personally. And you can see there in the backing method there, starting from the very first August in 2011 right through till we finished the service in November, there only that January dip there, and very good points accumulated. If you were betting 50-pound level stakes, it's 141,000 for the 28 months there, and that is the backing method. Now he does have two other methods using the same selections, but on like an insurance basis. So if you're adverse to risk, then you can use his back lay methods. If we just go down a little bit further here, and all this information is on the page down below, you'll see here, here's every month actually in figures, so you can get an idea. As we said, December, he missed a good December there from not betting, but in 2012, 13 points profit, January 35, the 85 points loss in January. So you can see really he didn't lose too much by not betting in January and December of each year. As I said, he still did the selections when he had the selection service. All the results are on the results page. If you go down and click, every one of them is there for the month and for each day, which is in Excel, so you can see exactly what he did. As you'll read in the letter below, he doesn't mind if you use his selection methods and start your own service if you wanted to do that, or obviously you can use them for your own benefits. He does sell the physical copy of the DVD in that, but we're selling the online version. We've got a license from Paul to sell the online version, and that's what we're selling now. So it is cheaper than the DVD for the first 50 buyers. So I hope you have a good read. And down below there's a 6.5-minute video of Paul himself telling you why gamblers lose. That is a very good little video in itself, just to get the mindset that you need to make racing a paying game. So thanks again for watching this brief video, and I hope that you enjoy what's on the page below. Read the testimonials. I mean, some of them are very exceptional testimonials, all unsolicited, all sent to Paul, and most of them when he announced his retirement from being a very profitable racing service. So this is Steve Davidson from Winning More signing off, and thanking you very much for your time to visit the site. Cheers.